If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy. Download and subscribe at BeBullish.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
Drugs. They're killing our kids. They're killing the American adults. And with us today is Frank Tarentino, and he's the special agent in charge of Drug Enforcement Administration for the New York Division. Well, Frank, I mean, we're shooting down the boats coming from Venezuela. President Trump went to Korea, met with President Xi of China, and he got an assurance that less fentanyl is going to be going through to Mexico. I just want to give the pulse. Have you seen progress in New York?
Well, John, first, it's great to be back on your show, and thanks for giving me the opportunity to share with you and the public the great progress that we're making here in New York. As you know, we've seen a 25% decrease across the country in overdose deaths, and we're seeing a significant decrease in overdose deaths here in New York City, and that's a credit to all the men and women in law enforcement, specifically the Drug Enforcement Administration. You know, we have had a number of really great investigations recently. Washington Square Park comes to mind, arrest of 19 drug traffickers who were responsible for the overdose death of two people, one an 18-year-old who moved here from Colorado for an internship. Bailey Shaw died 2 days after she arrived. I mean, just tragic events unfolding here in New York City, but we held them accountable. Those 19 people are going to be held accountable for causing the death of those two people, which is a significant charge in the federal system. And then, of course, we had the great case into Sophia Marks in that organization, responsible for 3 overdose deaths of 3 New Yorkers, 2 of which were 19-year-olds. You know, those 2 19-year-olds in this city were in the prime of their lives, and unfortunately, because of the predatory drug traffickers that were trying to make money, they became victims of their criminal activity. And so those are the kinds of cases that make a difference in the community. And then recently, John, we had a great case out in Long Island. Information the DEA received turned into a multi-jurisdictional case from the Bronx all the way out to the tip of Long Island, involving 24 pounds of different types of drugs, to include 4 kilograms of fentanyl. About 250,000 people could have died from that fentanyl alone. So you're talking about significant impact throughout the communities that we live, work, and try to enjoy ourselves every single day here in this city.
But you could assure all Americans that you feel that we are making progress.
Absolutely, John. You know, the New York City Police Department and the Drug Enforcement Administration are in lockstep. We coordinate and deconflict and share information so that we can have the greatest impact in this city to primarily keep the citizens safe, to protect the communities, and to allow the young people to go out and enjoy what this city has to offer. And that's the collaborative effort that is going on every single day here. Of course, we're working with our federal partners. We're going after these very violent transnational criminal organizations that are making money hand over fist and are really influencing the drug trade throughout New York. And so that's our focus.
I understand. President Trump talked to President Xi of China, and they're trying to eliminate the fentanyl going from the Chinese gangs to the Mexican gangs. Also, the boats coming out of Venezuela with drugs to kill our youth, our kids, and our citizens, and they're blown up. And there are some politicians that are objecting to it, and I'm scratching my head. I'm wondering why, because if we blow up the fentanyl and the drugs, it saves lives. What do you think?
You know, John, since January of 2025, on 7 different occasions, the New York division has seized up to nearly 15,000 kilograms of cocaine transiting through the Gulf of America on many different types of vessels, to include go-fast boats and semi-submersibles. And during these operations, we've arrested a number of different Mexican nationals and Colombian nationals, and that's the work that we do every day. And our president is actually using all the means necessary at his disposal to solve this problem.
Well, Special Agent Frank Tarentino, thank you so much for coming on, and thank you for everything you do, and God bless you, and God bless America.
Thank you, John.
If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy. Download and subscribe at BeBullish.com.